Ladies and gentlemen, hello. I'm going to try to give you some ideas on how to get better grades on your assignments. Uh, I call them assignments because they're not really tests. A test is where you give someone an assignment and they study and they study and they study. They put all the information in their head. And then when they take a test, they have to regurgitate the answers and spit them back out. We don't do that. We give you the opportunity to look up the answers whenever you want to. These are more assignments than tests because you can look up the answers. So let me give you an idea how to get started here. First, we're going to open up a web page, and this is just to give you some ideas. And then we're going to go over here to our class web page, which is edtechnology.com. Let's go over here to government. Now I got the government page open. Let's take a sample test. Let's do our chapter 1-3. We'll work on that. You're going to say you're going to do this is a quiz, and you're going to do the quiz. Okay. Here's your quiz. Now you put your last name. Always put your last name, please, and the period, and your first name. And here we've got the test itself. This is actually a pretty long test for as assignments go. And notice that it starts out with a lot of vocabulary words. Well, if you don't remember what those vocabulary words, you could have a problem. So let's go back over to our BV government page, and we're going to open up the glossary. The glossary has all of the vocabulary words in it. So if you're on your test over here, your assignment, you'll need to look up what Constitution means, and you got to find the right answer. It's right here. You just have to go over and look at the glossary. What else do we have here that we can look at? Well, let's open up a government page, and I can go down here. I actually look up a PowerPoint. When I gave you the lecture up here, when I gave you a lecture and a video lecture, I really used a PowerPoint as a guide. So all the answers are really on the PowerPoint, to be honest with you. But we have it in a PDF format, so we open up the PowerPoint. And now I've got the PowerPoint with all the slides that we went through when we studied the lesson, the video lesson. They're all in here. And most of the answers can be found right in here on these PowerPoint slides. So now I've got the PowerPoint open. I've got the glossary open. And I've got, well, it's two glossaries open. And then I've got the government page, and I lost our test. So I'm going to have to open that up again, okay? Back over to the government and open up the chapter 1-3 test. Okay, there it is. So there's my test is up again. So I can look up these answers to go over here into the vocabulary to do that. Let's go over here again to the BV government page. And this time I'm going to look up, I'm going to add the textbook. I can actually have the textbook up here. So now the textbook is up there. So now I can look up answers in the textbook. I got all this stuff I can look up answers from. There's the test itself. There's the glossary. Another PowerPoint. There's the test is up there twice, so we can take this one out. All right, and here's the government page. So all this stuff is up here. Now, one more thing. Let's say you're working on this assignment, and let's say you're over here in your test. Let's find our test here, right here. And you say, God, I don't know what they're asking me to do here. So I'm going to take this sentence here and highlight it, because you speak Spanish, you don't speak English very well, or maybe you speak Tagalog, or you might speak Arabic, whatever, but you have an English language learner. We're all English language learners at one time in our lives. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to right click on it and say copy it. Now I just put that into the memory of the computer. So now I'm going to go over and open up a web page. So you got all these tabs open now here, right? But I'm going to go up here and I'm going to go to Google Translate. And that text I just put in the memory, I'm going to put it right in here. And there it comes up in Spanish. I could change this to any number of languages, but we're using Spanish here. So that test, that thing that I questioned I didn't understand, is now given to me in Spanish. And you can go and get more stuff and just, next time you go and erase this and put a new phrase in here and it'll show you in Spanish. So we've got all these tools that you can use when you're taking a test. You're not alone. And take your time. This is now, what if you get to a point where, God, oh my goodness, the phone rang, my girlfriend called me, I have a date tonight, and I forgot I have a date, I better go, or she'll never talk to me again. Well, if you got half of the test done, just take your phone out and take a picture of the screen and take a picture of the answers you already put in. Then when you come back and start the test over again, just plug in the same answers. Well, I hope this has helped you a little bit to understand how to get the most out of doing these assignments and how to get better grades on these assignments, okay? You're a great class. I really enjoyed teaching you. And I'm having a lot of fun, believe it or not.